So welcome here student. Today I am going to complete the exercise 5.1. Here I have written the question number 4th. If a point C lies between 2 points A and B such that AC equal to BC, then prove that AC equal to half AB. Explain by drawing the figure. So here I am going to give the solution. First you need to explain the given situation by the figure. So according to the question, 2 points are there A and B. If I am going to take 2 points, suppose that here 2 points are there A and B. If a point C lies between 2 points A and B, a point is there C which is lies between 2 points A and B such that AC equal to AB. It is given that this point is existing in such a way that AC equal to BC. So it is the diagram according to the question. Then you need to prove that AC equal to half AB. So diagram I had drawn. Now I am going to give the solution. So here what the thing is given in the question, it is given that AC equal to BC, that is given in the question. Now what you are going to prove, you need to prove AC equal to half AB. Now I am going to give the proof, students. AC equal to BC, it is given. It is given. Now add AC in both sides. So here you will get AC plus AC equal to BC plus AC. Students, in the Euclid axiom it was given that if two things are equal, here it is in the question it is given that AC and BC are equal. If two things are equal and if you are going to add equal amount in both, then again both will be equal. So here if these two are equal and I am going to add equal things in both, again both will be equal. So AC plus AC, AC plus AC equal to 2AC, and here BC plus AC. In the diagram I am going to find BC plus AC. If you are going to find BC plus AC, BC plus AC equal to AB. So here BC plus AC equal to AB. From the diagram you can get BC plus AC equal to AB. If you are going to transfer 2 in the right side, then you will get AC equal to 1 by 2 AB. And you need to prove AC equal to half AB, and here AC equal to half AB. So it is proved here. So question number 4th, here it is proved. Now students, here it is the question number 5th. In the given question 4, point C is called a midpoint of the line segment AB. Prove that every line segment has one and only one midpoint. So in the question number 4th, which I had solved, here it was given that if a point C existing in between AB such that AC equal to BC, then you got that AC AB equal to, you can say that AC equal to half AB. So you have written when C was the midpoint of AB, then you can write AC will be half of AB. So you had solved this question, but here it is given that you need to prove every line segment has one and only one midpoint. Here you got that C is the midpoint of AC, then you need to prove that a line segment is having one and only one midpoint. So all of you know that you can only get one and only one midpoint of a line segment, but here you need to prove it. So suppose that if I had drawn, I am going to draw a line segment here A, B, and here I am going to suppose that it having the two midpoints, suppose that A, C and D. So here I am going to take two midpoints of the line segment AB. So here you will write solution. Let us assume that line segment AB has two midpoints, then two midpoints C and D. So we are going to assume that line segment AB having the two midpoints C and D. So in the previous question number 4th, I had proved that if C is the midpoint of AB, then AC equal to half AB. So here I am going to use the same. If C is the midpoint of AB, then AC equal to half AB. Make it equation 1. Again I have taken the two midpoints. So if D is the midpoint, so if D is the midpoint of AB, then AD equal to half AB. That is equation 2. So if C is the midpoint of AB, then AC equal to half AB, and if D is the midpoint of AB, then AD equal to half AB. Now subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Subtract equation 1 from equation 2 in both sides. Subtract equation 1 from equation 2 in both sides. So here you will get AD minus AC. In the left you will get AD minus AC equal to, but in the right both the value are equal, then half AB minus half AB. Now students, AD minus AC. Now look the diagram. AD minus AC. If you are going to subtract AC from AD, then you will get CD. So here you can write CD equal to half AB minus half AB, 0. So here you are going to get CD equal to 0. So students, C and D are the two different points on the line segment AB, and CD equal to 0. You know that the length will never be 0. Here you are going to get CD equal to 0. So when CD equal to 0, when C and D will coincide each other, it means both the point will exist on a single point. So it is only possible, CD equal to 0 is only possible when C and D coincide each other. It means both the points will exist on a single point. It means a line segment having one and only one midpoint. So CD equal to 0 is only possible when C and D coincide each other. So here you can write CD equal to 0 is possible if C and D coincide each other. That is only possible when C and D coincide each other. So what is the means of this? It shows that a line segment has one and only one midpoint. It shows that every line segment has one and only one midpoint. So that is only possible when, so here it is proved that each and every line segment has one and only one midpoint. So it is the question number 5th. Now here it is the question number 6th. In the given figure, if AC equal to BD, then prove that AB equal to CD. One diagram is given there, and it is given that AC equal to BD. AC equal to BD. Then you need to prove that AB equal to CD. So I am going to give the solution of this. It is given that AC equal to BD, and what we are going to prove? We are going to prove that AB equal to CD. That we are going to prove. Now I am going to give the proof of this. So it is given that AC equal to BD. That is given in the question. It is given. Now write subtract BC from both sides. Subtract BC from both sides. Then in the left you will get AC minus BC, and in the right you will get BD minus, sorry, AC minus BC. It is AC minus BC and BD minus BC. So students, according to the Euclid axiom, if two things are equal and if you are going to subtract equal amount from both the equal things, then again both will be equal. So these two are equal and I am going to subtract equally BC from both, then again both will be equal. That's why these two are equal. Now look in the diagram. AC minus BC, if you are going to subtract BC from AC, that is equal to AB. So here you can write AC minus BC equal to AB. Now in the same way, BD minus BC, if you are going to subtract BD minus BC, BD minus BC equal to CD. So here you can write CD. So AB equal to CD. It is proved. So it is the question number 6th. Now students, here it is the last question of the exercise 5.1. Why is axiom 5 in the list of Euclid axiom considered a universal truth? So students, axiom definition I had given, the statements which are taken as universal truth, that are called the axiom. So here fifth axiom, I have written that axiom 5, I had given all the axioms in the previous video. So axiom 5 was given the whole is greater than the part. So here you need to justify that why it is considered as universal truth. So students, you know that the whole is always greater than the part. I am going to take an example also. If I am going to ask you India and Uttar Pradesh. So India you can take as a whole and Uttar Pradesh is the part of India. So you can say that India is greater than Uttar Pradesh. That is the truth. So the whole will be always greater than the part. So here I am going to take the example. So example I am going to take, suppose if X and Y are parts of Z such that Z equal to X plus Y. So if X and Y are the parts of Z such that Z equal to X plus Y, then you can write that Z is greater than X and Z is always also greater than Y. It means whole is greater than the part. So that is the example of the question number 7, that why it is taken as universal truth. The whole is always greater than the part.